Hi. Okay, who's next? So we're doing your November general reads is going to be a Samhain thing. The wheel of the year looks like it's going to be Virgo. Okay. So we're going to pull an oracle card for you from the Shaman Dreams Oracle, as well as doing the Wheel of the Year spread, which is a traditional spread that I do every year for myself. But I thought for Samhain that I do it for everybody instead of just myself. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at every month. We're going to clarify with the Sun and Moon Tarot for you. We're going to use Paulina the Paulina Tarot. But we'll start with the Shaman Dreams Oracle. Everything you need to know about me, as well as where you can donate to the channel, and how you can book personal readings, all in the description box of the video. I am clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant. When I hear ringing on my right-hand side, those are messages from people I know that have passed on. When I hear it on the left, it's messages from my spirit guides, guardian angels, what have you. So songs that I heard for you were Low by Cracker, Ulfer Resurrection by Diane Harrison, who also has a new album that's out, I think, as of a couple days ago. And then Welcome Home by Tegan and Sarah. Yeah, so a couple of gooders for you there. Let's see what your oracle card is from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. I'm not going to read from the book. I never do usually for these. Not to say that you shouldn't, because a lot of hard work goes into that kind of stuff. But let's see. One more shuffle and then we'll take a look for you. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. What do we got? Whale song, resonating. Number 61, breaking down to a 7. Spirituality is of great significance for you. Something is resonating with you. Also, a time for you to look at your watery side, your emotional side, your intuitive side. Get in touch with the part of you where your spirituality resonates, where things are resonating with your soul in terms of song, in terms of poetry, in terms of all that is full of feeling, full of emotion, Look at that. That's beautiful artwork on these cards. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, cool. Let's see what we have for you. We'll start off with the center, which is you, of course, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We will start by shuffling up. We've already pre-shuffled these, but it doesn't hurt to continue to do so. That's a bunk shuffle. It's fine. These cards have not been used enough for me to actually be able to bridge shuffle like I normally like to. So we're gonna shuffle them from the side, and then we'll get started for you. So initially what we're going to do here is we're going to get what your energy is for the year. And we'll start from November, working all the way around. Then we'll clarify with the Sun, Moon, Tarot. So for you, Virgo, what do we have? We all get tired eventually, I'm hearing over here. We'll also pull some numbers for you. We'll use my number dice. These guys. See what your numbers of significance are. And we'll use magnetic poetry, because everybody loves that, right? Let's shuffle and then we'll get going here. Twist for fairness for you. And then let's get started, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is your energy for this wheel of the year? Starting with November. What is your energy? What is your energy, Virgo? Oh, that was easy. What is it? Queen of Cups. Didn't I just say whale song? Getting in touch with your intuitive, watery side. This is Cancer, Pisces energy for me as a reader. So I'm taking a look at this. It's time for you to get in touch with that watery, emotional, intuitive side. The part of you that operates out of a heart space, but from a side that's protective of that. Giving, yielding, yes, but selective over it, right? What's the obstacle and challenge for you during the coming year? What do we have? What's Virgo's obstacle and challenge for the coming year? I'll be cutting the deck for the ruling cards for each month so that we don't have to wait for flippers and jumpers, which I normally do, but still, let's see. What do we have for the challenge? What is your obstacle and challenge? Yeah, we all get tired eventually. We all get tired eventually. I keep hearing that. So Somebody's super, super tired. It has a hard time admitting it, though. Virgo. Virgo, wake up. Somebody's sleeping in. That's too many. Okay, we got it. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody's spending too much. Somebody's spending too much, not saving enough. Or giving away too much of their emotion to the wrong people in context or a context with the Queen of Cups. Yeah, giving away too much of yourself to others when you should be protecting your heart space a little bit more. Protecting your assets a little bit more. And your heart space is indeed an asset. Right? Okay. Let's give them a knock. And we'll cut the deck. Taking the center first. And let's see what we have. Sorry, one sec. Just a little tickle there. Okay, so let's start with November for you. November, 6 of Wands, victory, achievement, success. December, the Sun in the reverse, a time of darkness, a time of going into the darkness, doing some shadow work. Also a no card. We'll elaborate more. January, 7 of Swords in the reverse. Transparency. A lack of treachery. February, 10 of Cups in the reverse. Looking at revisiting self-love in order to gain personal emotional fulfillment. March, the Tower in the reverse. Something surprising, possibly a pleasant surprise. April, the 4 of Swords in the upright, healing time. Time to go within. Deep introspection there for you. Meditation, healing. May, the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. Making choices where there was once ambiguity. June, the 4 of Wands in the upright. Looking at your firm foundations, evaluating where you have built firm foundations, possibly also the 4 posts of the marriage bed. July, Page of Swords in the reverse, ignoring something, ignoring the ability to learn, also turning a blind eye. August, Temperance, healing, balance, equilibrium, but also holding one's temper, more healing, higher spiritual planes. September, the 5 of Swords in the reverse, coming out of self-deceptive energy, realizing where one has deceived oneself and being honest with oneself in the future. October, the Lovers, a choice in love. Gemini energy there. Okay. Overall energy, the 2 of Cups, a meeting of the 2. A great union. Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look. I'm a little warm. Give me a second. Just had to open the door. Yeah. All right, let's see what we have for you. We'll start by clarifying in November with that 6 of Wands energy. That's victory, triumph over after battle. Also a homecoming of sorts. Remember I said Welcome Home by Tegan and Sarah, right? Yeah. Riding in with the victory flag waving high. Shuffle just a little bit more here. There's something here about a peace sign. I'll show you in a second here. Woo, we just had one just fall on the floor. It's fine. But anyway, let me show you. You see he's like holding up the peace sign? Like now there's peace. 1 second again. Okay, all right. Oh, just dropped another one. Jesus, okay. Well, I guess it wants to be. Queen of Wands. Yeah, so Aries, Leo energy. There's something here about the battle itself, passionate, very fiery individual, extremely creative, feminine energy, somebody who loves animals. There's something here about the battle where it was something of a passionate battle, something that you knew you needed to win over, or somebody who surrounds you who feels that way. What else do we have on the 6 of Wands? 6 of Wands for November. What is this victory about? Might have been battling a Queen of Wands even. I don't like to look at it like third-party energy. I don't necessarily always feel that. A very creative individual. Might have been a victory in a creative pursuit even. What else, Virgo? Oh, we just had 3 just spit out like this. And I did shuffle these really well, so in between reads. We have the Emperor in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse, and the Death card. So, especially with this, it might be actually an Aries individual. You might have been battling with somebody who rules with fear, or somebody who's irrational in their dealings. Might have felt that somebody was abusing their power even, and so you decided to put a halt to it, to end it. No more movement forward. This is normally delays with travel. Also, no longer considering a move of address where you normally would have been. And there's victory in this. There's a feeling of triumph over the fearmonger, right? Right there. But you put an end to something so that you could have new beginnings. No traveling towards something any longer. Cancerian energy on that. Okay. What else do we have here? We have the Sun in the reverse for December. So there is a feeling of darkness. So even though you had triumph in November, we're seeing the Sun in the reverse during December, which is Leo energy. It's normally a wish card. So it could be a wish that you were hoping would be granted, wasn't necessarily granted to you. It's normally the happiest card in the tarot, but here we see it in the reverse. Could be dealing with some winter blues even, but let's see why. Let's see why. Tell us why we have the Sun in the reverse for December for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, that one wanted to come out and it flipped to 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody could be either losing their job or experiencing boredom and that depression of when there's no longer anything to do. And so during the winter months, if you're somebody who works seasonally or something like that, it could be that there's a little bit of depression there because you don't necessarily know what to dedicate your time to. You don't necessarily know where the work should be done, where the good work it should be done, you know. Oh, that was interesting. That one flipped out too. The Ace of Swords, the truth. There's truth. There's a truth that you understand. With the sadness, there's a truth that comes with the sadness. There's a truth that comes with the sadness. Tell us about the truth. What is the truth that you realize here? Or the truth precipitates the sadness? It's one or the other. Yeah. Secrets. Secrets, intuitive. And you weren't following your intuition, or there's a secret Piscean energy here with the 5 of Pentacles. Feel left out in the cold. Might feel isolation. There might be isolation that you're experiencing. You're far more empowered than you realize during December, and I think you need to remind yourself of that. These people are choosing to sit outside of the church, cold and hungry. And perhaps that is the secret that's come to light, is that you're not following your intuition, that you're far more empowered than you believe you are. Or somebody else is sitting in a victimhood mindset. It's not serving them well. Not putting in the direct translation, not putting in the proper work. Yeah, not putting in the proper work to achieve one's goals, hoping that they could just simply wish for something and that would actually precipitate success. 7 of Swords we have here for January in the reverse. This is transparency where there was once treachery and deceit coming from another. 1 second. Okay, yeah, let's look at the 7 of Swords. Somebody isn't being provided the proper visibility into something, or you are gaining visibility into something where there was a little bit of treachery, a lack of transparency, or dishonesty on the part of others in the past. Let's see what that is. What is that? Seven of Swords in the reverse. Where are you gaining visibility? In January. I wanted to flip, but it didn't. Where are you gaining visibility? Virgo. Well, that's a lot. We don't need all of those. This one, Ten of Swords. There was grief, loss, disappointment, abandonment, and a painful ending, possibly even sickness. Tell me more. An ending, definitely a painful ending. I wish that I could sleep, but I can't lay on my back because there's a knife for every day that I've known you. The Speed of Pain by Marilyn Manson. What else? You're learning where you were stabbed in the back by somebody. What else? The Two of Swords. You couldn't see it before. You were blind to it. You turned a blind eye to it before. You were ignoring the truth. You were at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads with it. You had the power to see it, but you chose not to. What else? What else? Jesus. Every time I close the door, it just gets warm in here again, like right away. It's just that time of year around here. Tell me more. Tell me more on that Seven of Swords. What were you turning your blind eye to? What were you turning a blind eye to, Virgo? In January. You got three here. What are they? The Sun. Eight of Cups in the reverse. Three of Swords in the reverse. You were avoiding walking away from something of emotional heartbreak because you believed it was your wish and your happiness. You were avoiding walking away from something of emotional fulfillment because you were trying to avoid heartbreak. Because you believed it was your greatest wish, your happiness. Leo energy. You could be a Leo, Virgo, cusper. So you turned your blind eye to it. It could have been that there was some deceit and some betrayal that was happening. Okay. But you gained insight. Or there's transparency there. Somebody could be admitting something to you in January about something like that. Ten of Cups in the reverse, February. So this is where those 10 cups are dumped out. All their contents is dumped out, and you're being asked to move back into the energy of self-love so that you can realize great emotional fulfillment once more. Not sharing February for you. Why are we doing that? By the way, I'm shuffling backwards all of a sudden. The Ten of Wands, because of great burden and responsibility. You have a responsibility to yourself, and you take that on as a great emotional responsibility, a great burden of sorts, but it's yours to carry. You need to carry that burden. Why? Because the Nine of Swords, because you no longer want to live in anxious, nervous, restless energy of sleepless nights. You might have been having nightmares about something that was going on, and your self-betrayal. You're anxious over self-betrayal. Tell me more. For Virgo. The Nine of Wands in the reverse, yeah, because you let down your guard. You didn't want to let down your guard, but it was like, it like helps you to quell that nervousness, that fear, you know, that's inherent there with those sleepless nights, right? The anxiety of staying up at night, but you're betraying yourself. Okay, anything else in that February energy? Tell me about February, please. Yeah. Need to heal Sagittarian energy. At some point there, you lose your temper. It's like you feel bad for standing up for yourself, and when you realize that standing up for yourself shouldn't be something that makes you feel bad, you begin to heal as a result, because you have a greater allegiance. You have a greater allegiance to yourself than to anyone else, and it's been something that's been wearing on you for some time. That it is a great burden to you, but you don't want to feel anxious about it any longer. At one point, you realize, and this is probably why there's anger about it, because I always see temperance in the reverse as a loss of temper, a loss of somebody's kind of like strength in the reverse. I see it as somebody losing their shit, because they didn't defend themselves appropriately, and you did have a greater allegiance to yourself. So at some point there was a straw that broke the camel's back. Okay. March, we have the Tower in the reverse. Now, often the Tower can be seen by many readers as something that is shocking and not so pleasant. In the reverse, this Tower card is something that's a pleasant surprise. We see it as Scorpio energy on this. So during March, you have a tower that's falling. So there are constructs that are falling, that are toppling to the ground for you, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, the destruction of something so that something better can be built. What is that? Oh, that was easy. We just had one fall. So you can have a union of the two. Because there was a decision that was made, Sagittarian energy, Aries energy on this one. It was a decision that came out of great conflict. It's almost like somebody had an argument with somebody else. I can actually hear the argument. Somebody walking out after an argument, defending their right to meet with somebody, and the decision that they're making to do so. Anything else on that? Oh, we have we have three more. Yeah, didn't I say? Lovers. Gemini energy, a choice in love. A choice in love. You're having an argument because you feel you haven't yet reached your 10 of Cups, because you meditated on it and you remember that this has happened very recently. It's very fresh for you, the memory of the need for self-love. It's out of a battle for the need for self-love. Remember, our cards in reverse take us back to the previous card. So you meditated on this and how it's not fair for you to have to, but you're defending your right to be able to go after something that you believe is of personal emotional fulfillment. So why should you not be able, why should you, it's like I'm hearing, do I not deserve this? This person could be of great significance to me, so why should I not meet with them? Okay. The Four of Swords. It's interesting that we have the Four of Swords here, because what comes up next for you in April is, again, the Four of Swords. Again, meditation, deep introspection, healing after heartbreak, in order to gain a new perspective, something that's holistic in its reasoning, right? Still shuffling backwards, by the way. What is it? What is the Four of Swords? What is the realization in the Four of Swords? The Page of Swords and the Seven of Cups. The realization is that you do have options. You've been watching some of these options. You've been looking out for the options and studying them. Options of an emotional sense. Doesn't necessarily mean they're always romantic, but from what I'm seeing here, this is an effing love reading, I feel like. The Virgo. You have more choices than you thought you did, and it took you actually looking and learning about some of those options and the great promise that they held. And you needed to take a time out to do so, right? Instead of having people meeping in your ear. What else? What did you learn? What did you learn about these options? Some of the options aren't necessarily tied to your prosperity, but also your prosperity. You've been kind of leading with your wallet. You've been leading with your prosperity as opposed to leading with your heart. Looking at your material plane instead of your emotional plane. You don't want to always be focusing on your legacy and the material world and the things that you're building upon the earth so much. You want to lead with your heart instead of your hands. your hands, leading with your heart instead of your hands. You know, in the tarot, think of it like this. Swords are the head, cups are the heart. Wands are the hands. So I guess I'm wrong in that, but with your feet, your feet. Pentacles are the feet because they walk upon the earth. So the pentacles are the feet. You're not leading with your feet. I mean, you've been leading with your feet instead of leading with your heart. And if you studied enough of the options that you have, you'd realize that you've been leading with your feet instead of with your heart. But also your hands. You need to lead more with your inspiration, your creative inspiration, because that came out anyway. So a lot more doing, a lot more inspired creative action, but also with the travel upon the earth, it's not so good to always be doing instead of feeling. The doing instead of the feeling. Okay, the Two of Pentacles we have here for May. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. You've had ambiguity that you've dropped. Remember, as long as you are ambiguous with your things, the universe will be ambiguous with you, your feelings, your actions, all that kind of stuff. So you've decided to move in one direction as opposed to many directions. You're not being ambiguous with your energy any longer. Tell us more about this. Oh, look good. We're shuffling the normal way again. Tell us about this the ambiguity that's halting here. What is the ambiguity that you have ceased at this time? You had these that stood upright. I'm not taking them there. Actually, let me just take a look at them. You have the full. First of all, you're willing to take risks where you were not prior. Aries energy. The ability to take risks for the purposes of learning, adventurousness. I still want to see these. It's too many to take. Strength fell. So, courage. The courage. Okay. I'll take that one because it fell. Okay. This one came down off the bottom of the deck. So we have the courage to take risks and be adventurous for the purposes of learning. Really, direct translation. You hadn't the courage to do it prior. You are celebrating the decision that you made to do so. But people could also be gossiping about it. You could also have had fear about gossip, and that's why in the past you hadn't done so. In May, you're choosing to drop the ambiguity about it. Should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm afraid. No, I'm brave. You know, no, I don't want to look into this thing or explore further. Yes, I do. That kind of thing. You get the point. And there's great celebration in it. And you're moving towards firmer foundations when we get to June with the Four of Wands. This is 4 posts of a marriage bed, the 4 walls of a home, but it's building firm foundations for yourself so that moving forward you have stability of some sense. Tell us more about that for Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the 4 of Wands? What is the 4 of Wands in June? What is the 4 of Wands for June? I just saw the Tower and I accidentally said the word down. Funny. Tell me. Tell me about it. That's card vomit. Tell us about that 4 of Wands in June. What is the 4 of Wands in June? What is the 4 of Wands in June for Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Justice fell. Libra energy. You're trying to focus on a firm foundation so that you have balance and equilibrium, but also so that you're doing justice to yourself. So that you're not dealing with liars. People who have nefarious motives. So you can know that there's equilibrium and fairness in your dealings. What else? Why? Why? Libra energy on that, by the way. Why? Saw the Tower again. Why? Could be a Libra, Scorpio, cusper for somebody. Why? I just saw the Tower again. Fuck, man. Okay. Why? Why are you looking for justice, fairness, equilibrium? Two of Pentacles, because of ambiguity. Because you just come out of ambiguity and you're looking to avoid it again. You want equality, you want equilibrium, you want equity in something. You see how this person, it's imbalanced. The juggling there is imbalanced. So you're looking to have stability and firm foundations so that you have fairness and equity in what you do. You don't want ambiguity. There was ambiguity before and you're trying to avoid it. As to do yourself in your previous decisions and made justice. Anything else in June? Or for June to do with that there? Yeah. Again. So we had, where did we have Four of Pentacles before? Where did I see? That was your challenge. That was your challenge. Was the Four of Pentacles in the reverse? Because you experienced it as a challenge. You've been experiencing it as a challenge. You don't want to end up letting go of your heart, letting go of your emotions, giving away so freely, because then it becomes inequitable for you. Not just your heart, though, also your funds. So the Page of Swords, you're turning a blind eye to something here. Page of Swords in July. Page of Swords in the reverse is somebody who's turning a blind eye to something. Either you or somebody else is turning a blind eye to something. Willful ignorance, I always look at this as. Not communicating something, but also not looking at something for the purposes of learning. This is also impulsive communication, but I often see this as willful ignorance. Deciding to ignore something, deciding not to look at something, deciding to deny something, or deny learning about something. Why? Why are you doing this? Or somebody else? I just saw the Tower card again. Oh. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Hermit. There's you. You have a truth. You have a deep inner truth that you're attempting to learn, and it's got to do with your home space. The lack of comfort within the home space. The lack of luxury within the home space. Could also be dealing with somebody who has Capricorn figuring strongly in their chart, who hasn't learned a deep personal truth or is attempting to seek their deep personal truth. You're turning a blind eye to this area. You're trying to ignore it. Or they are. Anything else on that? Give me a sec here. I thought I had something flip. Good. Why? Anything else? Anything else on July? And that Queen of Pentacles in reverse. With that Hermit. Three of Wands. Because the path has been laid out already. The path has been set out already, and it should be obvious. I'm hearing it should be obvious. The deep personal truth should be obvious. The path has been laid out before somebody. They've had enough time. They've had enough time to look out in front of them to see the path that's been laid before them. Or you. In order to gain that comfort in the home space it's lacking. Okay. August, we have temperance. You gain temperance that you lost over here. So there is healing Sagittarian energy that's happening there in August. Also higher education, learning something that is about travel or has to do with, you know, tempering of two emotions. Tell us about this for August, temperance. The Eight of Wands in the reverse, lack of communication. You're healing from some lack of communication of some sort. You feel somebody's blocked communication with you. You're healing from a lack of communication with somebody. What is this? It was a promising beginning that gave you a feeling of triumph. There was victory in the feeling of the communication that's no longer happening. And now, it was a beginning. It was a tangible beginning you felt. So now you're healing it in August. Anything else on it? That was the tangible beginning that we were looking at there for you. That was the tangible beginning. Scorpio energy. Scorpio Cancerian energy. Tangible beginning had to do with connecting with somebody, with your heart space and knowing yourself. Being emotionally secure. Knowing what one wants. Okay. You're no longer deceiving yourself in September. Yeah, sorry, it's just, you know, when you get like a hair in your shirt and you can feel you got a hair in your shirt. What are you no longer deceiving yourself about in September here? Five of Swords in the reverse, by the way, is coming out of self-deception. No longer lying to oneself about something. What is it? What are you no longer lying to yourself about in September, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It's like a realization. Something dawns on you. Six of Pentacles in the reverse is lack of balance and equilibrium. Libra energy could be, like I said, a Virgo, Libra, cusp. I was going to say, it's funny, I should start calling that shit out sooner. Because I was going to say, I think you're born in September. Obviously, if you're watching this, most of you, some of you, half of you will be born in September. But Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So lack of balance, equilibrium. Six of Pentacles I always see as a Libra card. And then Prince of Cups, which is our Knight of Cups. There was a lack of fairness and balance and equilibrium here that had to do with romanticism, romantic action, poeticism, the knight in shining armor coming in and rescuing somebody. It didn't seem equitable. One person was giving more than the other when it came to the romantic action moving forward. That's what you realize in September. And there's something to do with this. It's a part of a pattern in childhood that you recognize is something that you're lacking from back then. So often the Six of Cups is in the upright. It's about childhood wishes and goals, a childhood lover, somebody returning from the past that you've known since childhood. In the reverse, it can be the unresolved issues of childhood. The unresolved, the things that we try to fulfill as adults because we could not satisfy those needs as younger individuals. Do we have anything else on that? Do we have anything else on that? Is it because you couldn't get that romanticism, or you felt that you couldn't bring that action forward? Or it was never fair, it was never equal. One person was always giving while the other one wasn't. Somebody else was taking. It was never equitable. What else? Victoria. Anything else on that? Tell me. Virgo. No, that's card one. But we do have, I think, two here that like this. The King of Swords and the Four Cups in reverse. The need for strategic thought as opposed to, it's like a head over heart type of thing. Aquarian energy. Using one's head instead of one's heart. This is normally a lack of interest, boredom. But because it's in the reverse, there's excitement. Okay. So somebody, because something feels too exciting, strategically, or you feel like there's strategy being used and somebody is making something more exciting than it is. And therefore it must not be right. Something that doesn't feel right about it. These are also judges, magistrates, corrections officers, lawyers, that kind of thing. Something about it here that doesn't feel equitable to you because, and if we're looking at the unresolved issues of the younger you, it's like it must not be, it's too good to be true. You get up in your head about it because it's too exciting. Because it isn't boring, because it does pique your interest. Okay, October, we have the Lovers. Lovers is classically considered when you have an option in love that you have to exercise, and even choosing yourself is an option, of course. I'm not going to say options in the sense of the Seven of Cups, but it is deciding in between one person over another, or choosing yourself over an individual. Gemini energy on that. I'm drawn to the letter here. The letter. October. Tell us about the Lovers for October for Virgo. Virgo. What is it? Seven of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Standstill energy and a feeling on the defensive. You're defensive about your lack of acting. The stagnancy. Knight of Pentacles, obviously, you've heard it a million times before. It is slowest moving knight in the tarot, but you're defending your right to remain still, is what this says. When it comes to your choice in love, you're defending your right to remain still, to not go anywhere. That's your choice. It's my choice. You're not saying, but you're declaring that it's your choice whether or not you move forward. It's also your choice to stand still. You're defending that. Tell us why. Anything else? I fucking told you the Tower came out. People are shocked at this. It might be an option that everybody thought was like the big thing. And that's why. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, my hair is just... Today is not hair day for me. You know? Scorpio energy on that. You're choosing to stand still and you're defending your right to do so, because isn't it your choice if you'd like to let something burn to the ground or not? People are surprised by this. They might actually be considering you a fool for not choosing something or going after something. What is it? What's the Tower? What's the Tower? If I get the fucking moon. If I get the moon, because every time I said I saw the Tower, the moon would come. Tell me, what is the Tower for Virgo? And it's like somebody saying, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Yeah, let's see. What is it? Seven of Swords. The shocker here is that there's deceit. You deceiving somebody by pulling this little this thing with standing still, by defending your right to standing still. And everybody thinks it's like this big shocking thing, but it's you're defending your right to burn your tower to the ground if you so choose, so you can build something new. There's deception in it. You're not deceiving yourself, you're deceiving others. Why? Why are you deceiving others? Either that or you feel that somebody else is being deceptive and that's why you're not doing it. As we saw preceding this, right? The King of Swords and the Four of Cups. Because you think there's strategy involved. Telling you about the Seven of Swords. What is the Seven of Swords? The Devil in the reverse. Temptation, obsession, fear. Okay, Capricorn energy. You think the deception is that you think there's something unrequited here? Like unrequited love? Like it could never be. Or the deception is that temptation is at foot. Somebody is deceiving somebody else using temptation, or that it's not real. It's just obsession. It's not real. It's just obsession. Okay. It's not real. It's just obsession. So other people think you're crazy for this. You're pulling the tower. You're pulling the tower down because you don't think it's real. You think it's obsession. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Numbers we have for you. What are the numbers that Virgo should be looking at, paying attention for during November 2023 through to October 2024? We have 12 breaking down to a 3, which is creativity, the path of the artist. 3 as well on its own. Again, you heard it already. 7, which is about spirituality. And then 1, which is about beginnings, initiation. What's your magnetic poetry that you should be, these are your messages for the coming year. I'll dig a little deeper. I'll try and get you more than a couple words here. Well, we ended up with a couple words anyway. I'll get you some more. Somebody cooking? Somebody's cooking. Okay, there you go. There you have it. That's what I got for you. Does it made any sense whatsoever, or you dug what I did today? Hit this button, share the love, yeah. Subscribe also, because I'll be going back to my regular format next month. Probably going to try and do some other things. 2-Minute Tuesdays will be back happening like they normally do. And thanks for watching. I always enjoy doing this for you guys. Okay, bye. And there you have it in all of its messy, unkempt, disorganized glory. All right, Virgo, thanks. Bye.